howdy all, this is Texas Gaming Industries here, and welcome back to another episode on my Let's Play Transport Fever 2 for Remote Edition. In the previous episode, we kind of basically did some work on our high-speed operations, but we also basically started moving the airport of Black Diamond City out here in the middle of the countryside due to the, well, emissions that was going on here in town. But those emissions will basically disappear over time. But other than that, in this episode, we're going to try to basically do a little bit more work. Because according to the in-game time, we only have about 2 more years until the end of this session. And once the year 2024 comes in and we reach that particular year, the game will basically be done and we'll figure out how well I did. And are you serious? A wooden trestle bridge? Not on my day. Not on my watch. This bridge needs replacement. Like, sure, the connections are severed, but I can at least rebuild it with a standard bridge. All I just have to do is just choose the bridge design that looks the best. I'll just use a girder. I'll just use a truss bridge like this. Diamond City East. There's a lot of iron ore that needs to be picked up. And I only have only a pair of trains to pick up this iron ore. I wonder what any other industries are kind of basically having fun problems. Well, Riverside should be receiving this load of cigars eventually from the cigar factory. Hopefully those cigars will basically, in short, make us some pretty good money and help get the town growing again. There is plenty of coal being mined out. This mine, however, is basically not producing enough coal for some of the industries. That train is carrying processed coffee beans. Okay. This train has to wait at a signal. I think I might need to diversify some of my operations. Blue Water City's warehouse is filled to the brim with goods and should basically be picked up and brought into town. But it can only carry like 40 units at a time. There's also no fuel being brought in right now, and that train's supposed to be delivering fuel as we speak. There it is now, pulling in. Where is that truck to pick up the fuel? Quick turnaround for this truck, and it should return back to the warehouse to pick up the fuel. Let's see, how much money will this train of fuel get? 2.16 million, and it basically plans to get the train back out of the red. Nice. Okay. Let's actually see if I can maybe connect to another coal mine and start servicing the operations there. The Black Diamond coal mine is basically going at full strength, and so is the one near Pine Valley. Is there any other coal mines on the map that I have yet to use? Those are the only two. Riverside Forest. That only has been... No logs have been picked up from this logging camp at all. I mean, why should I even pick it up? Because there's no other industries that need us. Although, the tracks going to the paper mill go on this route, so maybe it might be time to actually add another industry to our operations. First of all, we'll need to set down a new freight station here. Basically, using this. Putting in 360 meters and basically turning off the catenary. And then just connecting the station via a road to the logging camp. That is, if I can get a road that looks nice near the station. Alright. The new freight station's in place. Now what we just have to do is not install track with a catenary, but just try to get this track connected to the main line here. Let me see. It has a little bump, but it looks okay. Now, let's see. We'll place out a dwarf signal here. And set up another train to service this line. Now let's see. Which train was it that carried the logs? Lumber products. So, part will be freight train M1. Have a full load of 10 minutes. And basically, following the route out of the logging camp, we'll basically bypass some of the local destinations, cross over the bridge, and then just simply connect this stop to this paper mill. And I have a train, and I have a problem. Train 26 and 85 mutually locked. And where would this be? Oh, it's my express train and one of my heritage trains blocking this junction. This won't be too much of a problem. I can just reverse the express train back into the last time and allow the express to go into the same track. But now with that out of the way, we can now start investing in another log train. Thankfully, I still have a bunch of cars that we can use to handle this operation. Though, I think to make sure that the trains are going on the right track, it will basically go the same way until they reach this junction. Though, I think because of so many trains traveling on this line, I think I might have to start double tracking this section of track. Alright, with that in place, now we can add the signaling equipment on the main line. And then, there. Now the new line has signals and allows more trains to travel onto this route. Now all we just need to do is just invest in another log train. We'll basically invest one from the diesel shops located near Grand Valley. Wait, not Grand Valley, Kingsburg. Alright, since it's carrying logs, let's basically use a diesel that's capable of handling a heavy freight load. We'll Just use the SD40-2s and basically select cars that carry logs. Let's see. Here we go. And we'll basically use the flat car with side stakes and basically have a capacity about 540 units. Then we'll add on a caboose to the rear of the train. That'll cost us 83.7 million, but since we have so much darn cash, it won't be much of a problem. Sign into this service, and now the log train is now ready for operation. Furthermore, many of my industries are starting to finally start producing the commodities they need. Although this train is currently waiting for sand to be brought on board to be processed and waste processed at recycling plant to be made into building materials, which this train itself is almost ready to depart. Thus now there's so much water, sand, and slag being processed into building material. It's funny on how much of our network has spiraled completely after building so many lines and so many routes. Although I think I do want to improve some aspects of the operation, like tracks basically going this way and then curving gently onto this, which I think I'll probably do because it's basically going to interfere with this junction. It's not going to be easy, nor is it going to basically result in any trains getting out in problems of scheduling. But a little bit of editing in this track will be basically very much more friendlier. Though I'll have to do the signaling and the signal gantry. Just have to get rid of some of these track pieces. And well. And then just simply make the track straight as an arrow. And try not to make the track basically high into the air. Of course, I also want to have some room alongside the riverbank for the rest of the track. And I think it's basically what it should be done with by now. Hopefully this extra area will basically work as intended. Wait, how is it not? Oh, crud. This is gonna be a bit of a conundrum to fix. Because since this is basically left, right, instead of left, left, right, right, it's basically causing trouble. Plus, it's affecting many of those signals too. It's always a bit of a puzzle whenever you try to build a new railway line. You need to know how tracks will behave when instructed. That should basically take care of it. Now the section needs to be signaled out. Let's see. We'll need about a 4-span signal gantry over the main line. One right there. Here. Another one there. I know they're a bit short. And then just place down these signals on the gantry. And then just basically, I just need to do this. That signal does not look good. And then just basically add that signal. The next thing is just to simply reconnect this track, this freight line to the rest. There we go. Train 134 does not have a path. Oh, right, I forgot. This is not a left, left, right, right. So now I have to read this whole section again. Let me think. I'll have to basically do that, and then do that. Perfect. Now all the trains can easily access the main line loop. Although I will have to modify this signal up here for a double aspect instead of a single one. But now I just have to wait for these trains to basically pass on through this area. So I am going to give this a little scrub now. But yeah, this new route basically looks like it's going to work out pretty well. Although I could eventually just build the track this way for passenger service only, and leave freight onto using this line instead, exclusively. I think I might be able to do that now. All I just have to do is just basically do the same type of work before. And then just tracks here. Alright. some of the trains are using this line, so I am happy for a little bit of a. I am relieved of a little bit of congestion out on the main line, though I'll have to modify these signals a bit. Just gotta place down a double aspect, and a single, and a single. Sadly, these semaphore signals will have to go. I'll place a double signal gantry piece here, and a pair of these above the main line. Alright! Happy to say that we finally got something well deservedly done, basically. Although, time is about to reach the year 2023, which means only 1 more year left until we are done with this game and figure out how well we did overall. Did I say overall? I meant to say overall. Sometimes even I can't speak. But, from the way the trains are moving now, I'm happy to say that these improvements have really made a difference. Having their own separated lines from the rest basically makes all the train traffic flow so much smoother. And as we reach the year 2023, we only have just a year left before the entirety of our free mode game is at its end. So we can only have a few more in-game months before we basically finish the series off for good. There's gotta be some other things I can do to improve my operations as much as I can. I've already made several investments, several improvements to much of my trackage and much of my equipment. Switching over entirely of steam to diesel, adding 4-track main lines wherever possible, rerouting many of my trains, and adding several services that could just not be justified of using rail. Speaking of which, we actually ran over 1.2 million units of freight shipped by our company. If that's not a record, I don't know what is. I just have to say I'm quite impressed that our company has been able to basically make that amount of progress. We're almost to 150K in passengers. And that is even more impressive. Because passengers are not the easiest to handle. I mean, sure, you can do it quite easily with tons and tons of buses and trolleys, but it's mostly the freight that earns the money for your company. Passengers do make some money, but you have to have a very high passenger count in order to make those passenger numbers basically go straight up in order to, well, make quite a substantial profit. Of course, with our new high-speed main line now in effect, all of our high-speed trains can now basically make quite a bit of a profitable penny if they're basically located in much more denser cities. But I believe with that airport, other things out of the way, ooh, there is a lot of emissions, but that is basically not as high as it is in, well, Black Diamond City. There's a train ready to pick up more fuel, but I've yet to have a train delivering refined oil. Kinda wonder where one of those trains are now. Oh, heading for 11. That's correct. Heading through Greenwood as we speak. So, with enjoyed my Let's Play Transport Fever 2, please be sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe to Texas Gaming Industries for new video uploads every Friday or Saturday, depending on my outside schedule. And, as always, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you all in the next episode. Bye!